Monday. Well, it's actually Monday morning technically. 1 AM in the morning. Right, so I've got my drive coils, or the new drive coils, connected up to my MOSFET driver circuit and the timing circuit, and that'll be the input current. Now, my initial target was to have the input current at around 16 volts at about half an amp or something or less, but I'm actually running at 24 volts actually. Right, 24 volts on the drive circuit. I haven't got it started at the moment. I'm just going to connect this up on the battery. With this battery here just drives this pulse MOSFET circuit, that's all. The rest of the power comes from this is about 10 milliamps if you remember in the previous videos. When I measured it previously, this uses about 10 milliamps. When it's running, when it's not running, when it's static, it's about 20 milliamps. Ah, damn it, hang on a minute, just a sec, I can't get the clip on. Right, it's hard to do it with one hand. Right, so okay, I've got that on. As I say, I've got no output coils on here at the moment. We're just doing all I'm doing right now is testing this without any load on. So let's get this thing running. I'm just going to start it with my hand. There we go, it's running. And oh, I haven't got my RPM meter on. Oops. Just a minute. Going to get my RPM meter on, else you can't see the speed. Right. RPM meter's on. It's sweet as a nut. Input current 280 milliamps. Speed climbing. And it's picking up speed as well. Let me just bring the RPM meter a bit closer. Oh, actually the batteries are attached as well. Just give me a sec. Let's get these batteries over here. Alright, if I stick the RPM meter on top, it'll be easy to see what we're doing. I had a bit of vibration. I was trying to muffle it, sort it out with some cotton wool. Just these end caps on the generator were resonating. Right, that's our speed. We are at 5,870 climbing anyway, and that's the input current, 250 milliamps on the input. Now that's brilliant actually. I was expecting about half an amp. You remember I was saying I was expecting to be a half an amp, but we're actually even a higher voltage. We're at 24 volts and on the input pulse circuit, and we're climbing to 6,000 RPM. It's running really well. The drive circuit. That's brilliant. So, sorry, my hands are shaking, I can't keep my hands still. So, yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm actually really chuffed that we've got the current down. Now, let's try reducing the voltage on the drive current, because look, we're nearly at 6,000 RPM now. Let's drop the voltage down to, let's drop it down to 16 volts. $16 volts, same as the battery that I was calculating will be about half an amp. Look at that, 120 milliamps, 130 milliamps, 140 milliamps. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is very, very small amount of current being drawn. That is excellent actually. Yeah, obviously our speed's dropped to 4,000 RPM. Which I expect, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's brilliant. Obviously once we get the output coils on, we start to pull things down a bit with a bit of a load, but the whole object of the new output coils is to overcome the drag coefficients on the system, and that's what we're going to be doing when I hook it up to my circuit which I was using, which I've designed, which is over there right now. It's on top of the printer. So I've got to hook all that lot back up. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. That's going to be a frigging nightmare. So look at that, 160 milliamps at 16 volts. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah. We'll go back up anyway, because let's go up to, I'm just going to round it out at 20 volts actually. Alright, 20 volts. Oh hi Ray, I can see your message. Cool. Yeah, I'm really chuffed actually right now that my target input current is actually pretty low. RPM is doing really well. I haven't got my output coils on here at all, but let's add a coil. Let's just let the speed settle down. And let me just add a coil just to see what the static drag is. That is the mass without any load on the coil, obviously. I just want to see what the static amount of drag from that coil would be. I'm just going to grab one. So these are all my coils for the output stages, which I'm going to be reinstalling, but I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to be playing around with the drive circuit for now. So let's let the speed settle. It's at 4768, it's still climbing. I should be able to guesstimate how much drag each coil will have. And based on the current consumption, my driver coils shouldn't even get warm. I've just got them all in series right now, both double decker system, you know, the top coils and the bottom coils all wired it directly in series. I haven't added a potentiometer to the bottom set like I was saying I was going to do, because I just want to run the whole thing in series right now to see what it's like, and if I do need to attenuate the bottom set, then I can always do that if I want to do, but at the moment it's not looking like I need to do. Actually, it's running really well. I mean, I was going to do that, attenuate the bottom coil set, if my current consumption was too high, but as you can see it's really low. It's extremely low. Right, speed is, well, it's still climbing. I've got an issue with one of my bearings. I heard it crunching a bit, so it probably needs running a while to stabilize it. It's still climbing, but let's add a coil without, it's not going to be wired up. I'm just going to add the coil into the system here. Right. Let's see. There is a small amount of drag on it. Yeah, because it's dropping a bit in speed, look. Not much, but don't forget there's no load on the coil, it's not connected to anything. So we always get a certain amount of static drag, which is to be expected due to reactance. But it's not a lot, it's not bad really. But our current input hasn't changed, which is good. Interesting. Let's add another coil. Yeah. Right. I've added 2 coils to the... Right. I'm just doing drag tests right now, you see. And they aren't connected in any way, the wires are just floating around in the air here. It's actually it's running a lot better than it did before, because when I did the new dry bay at the bottom, I found a number of cracks in the drum. They weren't significant cracks, they're just vertical, well, across the actual width of the drum, which doesn't weaken the structural integrity, but they were causing noise, and you know, they're vibrating across those gaps, and I repaired all of those, sealed them all up, and they're all good, back to normal. So yeah, that's pretty good, that 200 milliamps on the input. Obviously half cycle, because it's been pulsed at half cycles. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I definitely need a bigger place, Ray. Yeah, but yeah, it would cost me more to heat it in the winter. You see, don't forget, in the UK we get some. Well, it gets quite cold here. We get some really strong winds, and if I had a bigger place, I wouldn't be able to afford the heating bills. You know. Anyway, I'm going to take these coils out, because actually, before I take them out, let's just put my magnetic gauge in with the magnet in there, just to see what kind of drag difference that makes on the speed. No difference. That's good. You can see the magnet's dancing around a bit on here. Interesting. So what happens if I short these wires out? Oh, wow, not much of a difference on the speed at all. Look at this, I'm shorting these wires out on this coil, out on the output coils here. Watch this. Hang on. Oh, it is now. It's dropping a bit. Oops. Trying to keep my hands still. It's not slowing down a lot. Let me just stick this on my meter. Let me just stick a meter across it. Right. I'm interested in how effective my new laminations are without the circuitry on there. So I'm going to stick my meter on AC, and I'm going to put it on amps. Just a minute. I need my clips, if I can find them. So I'm going to clip these on to that coil. We'll see how effective my new coils. Sorry, I'm not showing you everything, am I? I keep forgetting I'm holding a phone. Right, it's hard to do this with one hand. Right. Alright, so let's clip this meter, which is on the AC setting, and I need to put this in the 10 amp range. I don't want to blow any fuses. Right, so I've got that in the 10 amp range. I'm going to clip it onto this coil to see how much it slows down when I short this coil out. if I can get it to stay on without it falling off. That's one. Over the limit, it just went over the limit. Oops, I dropped the wire now. Look at that. Oh, what's happening? Am I on AC? It's shorting out 200 milliamps at the moment. Right, oops, it's come up again. But it's not slowing down a lot. That's without any circuitry in between, obviously. That's the current that's shorting out from the AC. 200 milliamps on one coil. That's, don't forget the voltage won't be that high on there. But my input current won't change much. It's at 230 milliamps at the moment on the input. 4,200 RPM. It's dropping slightly. We'll just see. Alright, let's see what the voltage is on this coil. I'm just measuring one coil at the moment, that's all. So I'm going to stick this on, take this lead out, stick it on AC volts. Let's see what voltage there is on that coil. Right, there's about, RMS it'll be 6.33 volts actually. There's not a lot, but remember when these coils are in series I get more voltage. Because of the new configuration, there's a certain amount of voltage is lost because of the damping effect I have with my concentrics at the top and the bottom. I've got concentric magnet arrays at the top and the bottom of the coil now, and so there will be, and obviously these, I'm not sure which coil I've got in here right now. It might be the one that's using the thicker wire. I think it is actually, I'm not sure. But anyway, so normally I have these wired in series. Yeah, the AC volts, yeah, on this one coil is 6.57 volts, but that's at 4,500 RPM at the moment. So, yeah. So let's check. I'm going to check a different coil set, hang on, because these coil sets are all different. They're all different. Let me just take this set out. If I can. They're hard to get out. Right, I'll take that one out. I've got tendonitis still and my arm's killing me. Right, got you. Right. I'll put a different coil set in. They're all slightly different. These two might be lower voltage than these others. Can't remember which ones are wound with the certain gauge wire, but the configuration should reduce a lot of the drag, which is what it's doing actually at the moment. So I'll stick this other coil set in. Right, that's one coil in. I'll just put one coil in it actually at the moment. Right, let's see what voltage that coil has. I need to make sure these are all balanced up right. Oops. Well, I think we're on. It's a bit awkward to get these clips on without them slipping off the wires. That coil is better voltage on it actually. It's 6 point, 87. So that coil, when it's in series with the other coil, it will be double that. So we will have it'll be the RMS voltage, by the way. The meter's reading it. It'll be reading RMS, not the actual peak voltage. So, oh, Phil's there. Oh, hi, Phil. I didn't realise it was Phil that was there. Yeah, how are you doing anyway? You haven't been in the chat for ages. I just wondered if you were still alive. So anyway, let's measure the current on this other coil. I'll go back to AC current. Take this lead out, put it on 10 amp range. We're still on AC. Let's plug it in. Let's see what the current is. This coil is 160 milliamps. You can see there's a difference between this coil and the other coil. So this coil is basically short circuited at 160 milliamps. That's because of the configuration of the concentrics on the magnet on the drums. If you look at the other coil here, which I've got here, I've got a concentric at the top, a concentric at the bottom, then I've got my lamination array in the base, which is what is negating a lot of the drag on the system. And obviously when I use my circuit as well, which isn't incorporated right now, it will make a big improvement. So yeah, the concentrics are the magnet arrays which go around like a big what do you call it, a bit like a starship type magnetic you know, flux switching and everything, and there's also magnets in these holders as well. So anyway, it's 160 milliamps for pulling out that one coil, and the speed and input current, we're running at 20 volts right now. I need to do a check on my temperature of my drive circuit coils as well, because I don't want anything to melt. Oh, they're definitely cold. There's no heat radiating. I can feel on the sidewall if there's heat being radiated, I'd feel it. I need to get my temperature thing actually. Let me just grab my temperature thing. It's in the other room. I've been sorting my fridge out. It's been giving me a headache. Right, let's check the temperature of the coil. I'm just going to go in the side there first. 29. I've got a fan on it, you see, as well, which is down there. Can't get the camera in the right place. The fan's just down there. Let's check the temperature through the wall. 29. That's brilliant. No, it's not getting hot like it used to do, which is brilliant. I don't want this thing burning up on me. Check there, 28 there. Yeah, 29. The fan's cooling it as well. So I'm happy that the temperature's not getting excessive. The only way to check it properly will be to turn it on its side, which I'm going to do actually. I'm just going to flip this over so I can get to the bottom. I want to measure the coils directly underneath. It's pretty heavy, this thing. Hang on. I'm flipping it on its side. Right, I can get to the coils underneath, you see. So, if I shine a torch, there's the bottom of the coils that are driving everything down there. So if I point this temperature going right up there in that hole, right, I'll let go of this thing and I'll oh look, what temperature have we got? 32. So the actual core temperature of the drive coils is 32 Celsius. Just let go, it remembers the temperature when I let go. So that's 33, so that's brilliant. It's not overheating. That's great. So I'm happy with that. Oh dear, this is heavy. It's a lot heavier than it used to be. Right. So yeah, that's pretty good. I've taken the current meter off now because it's pulling on the wires. It's pulling on the wires, and I don't want to rip the wires out the coils. Yeah, I'm happy with the input drive current. It's brilliant. It's so much less than it used to be. I mean, it used to pull a lot of current and it used to overheat, and that was my biggest worry really. Well, I mean, they do say that half the battle really is minimizing how much input current load you've got, because the more current you use, obviously the more you've got to generate to power things, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to leave these out while this thing runs in a bit, because the bearings are still a bit, yeah, I just want it to settle down a bit. I'll check these out. I'll be installing the coils and the circuit, the secondary circuit, in probably during the week. I don't know what day, because I've got a few other things to do. I've still got problems with the fridge freezer as well. So sorry if I'm making everybody dizzy by moving around. But yeah, I'm happy about that input current. It's so much better, and I've got a lot more torque with that amount of input current than I did before, which is a good thing. You see, I can always pump the voltage up as well, because I can always run it at 24 volts if I want to do. Because I've got some headroom now, I can actually go a bit higher in voltage without worrying too much about the temperature, because it's stone cold basically. I mean, 33 degrees Celsius. I mean, that's not even, that isn't even as hot as a cup of coffee, is it? I mean, a cup of coffee is hotter than that. Because speaking of which, my coffee's gone cold. So anyway, I was kind of in two minds earlier on. I was feeling this sense of dread. I was thinking, what if this doesn't work? I mean, because I've run out of filament. My 3D printer has run out of filament. Look. Oh, you can't see anything. Hang on. Yeah, let's get this light down here. Look at that. That's all I've got filament wise for my printer. So I've got no money to buy any more filament, because I've got a problem with my fridge, and I've got to buy some fridge sealant. It's called. It's like the stuff that you put in a car radiator that plugs leaks. Only it's for gas. It's a different kind of stuff. It's you add it to the gas in the fridge, and it's got these tiny little molecular balls which circulate in the gas and slowly build up and plug the leaks. And I need to plug that leak, because as soon as I add gas to my freezer, it's leaking out. It's a slow leak. It takes weeks for it to leak. So if it's a small leak like that, you can use this, it's called stop leak, and leak stop. There's different names anyway. There's only one type I can use for 600A gas, which is what I use in my freezer, which what my freezer uses, because there are different types of stop leak gas plug leak thingy-jigs anyway, and you've got to use the right one. It's complicated and it's not cheap. It's like 23 quid, so I won't be buying any 3D filament this week. I have to somehow get some of that stuff and sort my fridge out first. This is why there's delays with my project, but at least we've got the damn thing running again finally. with a new drive bay installed, and at least we can start to make some progress now. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'll end the stream now because I've been going for what, 30 minutes. Yeah, I've been going for like 30 minutes now. So yeah, thanks for watching, and you take care, Phil, and try and come and join us in the chat sometime. Oh, is this chat actually scrolling off? Oh, are both coils wound with the same amount of turns? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the coils are wound the same. Each pair is wound the same, but there are some coils that are wound that use thicker wire. That's why. So the voltages were lower. I didn't see the text until I scrolled it a bit. Yeah, the bearings sound like the sky of a lifeguard were hovering above your head. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I just saw the chat there. Yeah, it's I need to sort these were good bearings when I got on, but they're from China, so what do you expect? I mean, these things don't last 5 minutes, and things conk out quickly. I'll probably have to lubricate them or something. That'll probably make a difference, and I'll get some oil in them. I've got some good oil somewhere kicking about, engine oil. I'll sort that out. I'll just take my bearing caps off, which are these end things, and put a little drop of oil in there. If I use grease, it causes too much drag. Just light machine oil is all I really want in the bearings. But anyway, as I say, I'll have to go on because I'm on the phone right now. This phone is getting hot. It's really getting quite hot right now. I don't run the battery down as well. I'm at 61% battery now as well. But anyway, watch out during the week. Possibly Wednesday, maybe Thursday. I might have got my output coils wired up by then. I'm hoping. Unless I'm distracted with other things. Oh, you're going to braid? Oh, I don't use PLA. I use ABS. I use ABS actually. I'll show you what I use if I can find the box. Just a minute. I've got a box lying around here somewhere. Oh, I've probably tossed it out. It's probably gone. I use ABS. I've never printed anything in PLA. I don't know if I've got a box kicking about somewhere. There's some stuff on eBay which is quite cheap. Oh, I can't see. Oh, I've chucked the boxes out. Actually, let me just show you on YouTube what I use. I don't know if you've got any of that kicking about, but money's very tight right now, and I can't seem to. I've had one thing. Everything's been going wrong this month. Let me just get it up on the computer screen. I'll show you what I use. Oh, I haven't got any ABS. Well, PLA, I don't use it because it's very noisy on these projects I make, and I can't melt it with acetone. You can't melt it with acetone. So I can't seem to find it now. Stupid eBay. Last 60 days. I want 2020. It's that EDA stuff. That's the stuff I use. Get it on. Oops. You see that? It's EDA premium. Don't worry about it anyway. Oh, you gotta go. Alright, yeah, well, I'm going anyway. I've got to go anyway. I've got to. I'm watching this Star Hunter thing on YouTube right now. Apparently, Star Hunters on YouTube, and it's kind of crap, really. It's not that brilliant, but I like the actor that's in it. He, what's his name? He used to be in that sci-fi movie. I forgot his name now. Can't think. What was his name? It's in here somewhere. He sounds a bit like Rocky Stallone, Sylvester Stallone. You never heard of it? Yeah, it's not bad. It's on YouTube, and you can watch it on there actually. Star Hunter Redux. It's not bad. Right up there. What's this guy's name? I've forgotten. Oh, they're putting credits up right now, so see if I can go back a bit. Where is it, his name? Oh, it should put his name up in a sec. That's it, Michael Parr. Yeah. Yeah, his name's Michael Parr. He was in that time travel thing about that ship that went back in time during the war. What do you call it? The Philadelphia experiment. That was it. Yeah, he's a good actor. It's the only thing that gives you credit really on that. In that series, I probably won't watch it if it wasn't for him being in it, because I think he's a good actor. You know, he's all right. Anyway, I'll let you two chat. I'm going to disappear. I'm just going to play around tweaking things. I can probably get the timing a little bit improved on this actually. I can do some tweaking and get it even better. So thanks for joining me. See you later.